Howdy guys, Nintendo Capri-Sun here, and welcome back to Icarus. We are currently in World 1-3 with basically no life at all. In more ways than one I have no life, but, you know, we'll just do the best we can and see how far we can get. I do have the medicine, so that'll heal me for one life bar. But as you can see, even when you power up, it doesn't refill your life, which is really unfortunate. See, the thing is, if you played Kid Icarus Uprising, you're probably aware that one of the staples of the game is a hot spring, which heals you fully. All you gotta do is take a dip, like Yuna does in Final Fantasy X2, you know. Anyway, stop thinking about that. So what am I saying? But the thing that's crazy about this game is that they don't give you a hot spring in any of the first 3 levels. Now, once you get to World 2, you start to see them in almost every level, or at least every other level, but they don't give you one in the first 3 levels, and that just astounds me. So the difficulty curve of this game definitely is confusing to me, but you know what? I don't know. I guess they just wanted to get players accustomed, you know, and to how to play and everything, but still, just having to play these entire levels with, you know, with 1 life bar, 2 life bars, and no chance at healing yourself except for the occasional, you know, goblet. You might have seen me pick up that goblet in the first level, but I didn't really explain it. So if I see another one, I'll try to remember to tell you so you know what they look like, so you can look out for them. Still, though, this lava, you don't want to, well, I don't know if it's lava, but whatever it is, it's not pleasant, so stay away from it. Guess we'll try to get as much experience as we can here. So if I can get to 50k, I can get that next upgrade at the end of this level. Although, really, that's not gonna matter all that much. Shoot! Ooh, boy. Shit, I just burned my medicine. And I'm already down to like half of what it gave me. See what's in this door here. Ooh. Okay, I can get another one. I really wish I could be spending my money on something else right now, but you know what? If it keeps me alive, then that's all so much the better. Because I haven't died yet. I love the candles. I don't know why they're here. Sort of a random decoration, you know. But they're nice, you know, they don't have to explain why they're there or what their purpose serves. They're just there, you know, as decoration. I'm hoping Mario Maker has, you know, at least some of that, where you can decorate the levels, not just design them. But, like, put stuff in them to make them snazzier, you know. That's what I hope, anyway. Because to me, you know, when I design levels in the game, I'm gonna be primarily thinking more about atmosphere than necessarily difficulty. Okay, I just went the wrong way. I was wondering if there was gonna be... Well, you know what? Could just go through here. Wait a minute. Whew. Easily could have taken damage there. I'm glad I didn't. Let's see what's in here. Oh, another one of these. So, same thing as before, just hit those 3 pots and however many mallets you see. That tells you which one to hit last. So I'll just throw up the numbers again so you can see which one. I can already tell you it's the 6th one. If you were to number them 1, 2, 3, 4 down the left side, and then 5 in the middle, 6, 7, 8 on the right. There's the barrel there, so now I can hold a second medicine if I want to. So the barrel is going to replace the medicine icon on your sub-screen, so don't freak out when you don't see your medicine there. It's just the medicine is inside of the barrel now. And that's kind of how it works. Because I didn't get that as a kid. I was like, where's my medicine? And I was like, oh, shoot. Because I was so used to, like, well, Secret of Mana wasn't out then. In Secret of Mana, the barrel is used, like, to cover yourself, to protect yourself. But it serves no such purpose here. I'm tired of these mother effing snakes falling off of this mother effing plane, man. I mean, where else could they be coming from? They're coming out of the sky, man. I don't know why my tongue is doing that today. It doesn't feel swollen. But it's not letting me make the C sounds again. Or the G sounds. C and G are not very good letters to pick in Wheel of Fortunes. I'm surprised how much they're coming up here in speech. You know? In speech. Speech is such a weird word, you know? There's a lot of words that are weird, though. Just kind of going through the motions here, trying to finish up this level. I mean, this level is not that bad. It's like, well, I mean, sometimes. As I was saying, sometimes, like, the enemies that come up from the bottom of the screen are really kind of irritating, but if you know how to handle them, it's not nearly as bad. Fortunately, I have those level 2 arrows, so I can off them in one hit. Ooh. It's tempting to grab that harp, but I'm telling you, the experience is so much better. I will explain what the mallets do eventually, but that's going to be hard to do because I'm going to have a story to tell in World 1-4, and to be explaining about that at the same time. That and the eggplant wizards, oh boy. See, the thing is, when you get to World 1-4, sometimes you'll see statues. Little small statues. And if you press the select button, you bring out your mallet, hit the statues with it, and it brings them to life. And then when you go to fight the boss, they actually help you to fight the boss, which is cool. Sorry, dude, I got no money, man. Wasting my money on medicine. Oh my god, I thought I was dead there. Shouldn't record this early in the morning, but I have to take advantage of it because they're off at the casino again. Which I know it's like really bad. I don't even go with them half the time. Or, well, you know what? I don't even go with them 9/8 of the time. Shit! Oh! Okay, I think we're just about back where we were here. I don't know. It's octopi. Taking a dump on the can every day. 17-6, alright. Doing a little better on life this time. That's good. Just hang in there. I don't want to fall in a pit either. I might just grab the harp this time, I don't know. Just at least to show you what it does, if nothing else. See there? They just come floating harmlessly down. It's nice. It kind of adds to the whole angel, you know, atmosphere of the game. It's like you picture these hammers just gently floating from the sky. Something that would normally be like really dangerous is suddenly made into this celestial, just divine sort of, you know, weapon for your character. If you hit these little spikes coming out of the sides there, they actually hurt you, so that's why I'm trying to avoid those. What do you say? Buy something, will you? Nope. Sorry, dude, ain't no money. Shoot. It doesn't hit me there. Oh, man. You know, as long as you don't kill the last one, the next 4 won't respawn. As far as that goes, if you kill the last one and don't pick up the heart, they also won't respawn either. At least not until you pick up the heart. This is where I died, right here. I tried to make this jump over here. How am I gonna... Oh, wait, no. I can walk through the statue here. Didn't realize that was part of the foreground for a second there. Sometimes it's easy to forget what you can do and what you can't. This game does share a lot of similarity to Metroid, but it's not surprising given that they were basically more or less made at the same time by the same company. Oh, see that there? He only took 5 shots that time. Ooh, oh man, I don't know if I can handle this or not. So sometimes you go in a room and you'll have to deal with this. Now, I remember as a kid, I could never do this. But then eventually, I figured out that if you just stand in one spot down here, just a little bit left of the center, and just shoot up, you can usually, most of them won't hit you. Or if they do hit you, it's like from the side like that, so it's really, you just have to watch yourself. I don't know, man. This is still bad. Because even if I win, I can't use the actual upgrade. So here's the thing, we have long range, that's in the middle, that's what I'm going to get. The fireball is actually adds fire to your arrows, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like turns it into a wave beam of sorts. And then the third one is a shield, which is like two little diamonds that circle around you and destroy enemies. It's pretty nice. But to me, the long range is the most important thing, so you get that first. But see, here's the thing, I don't actually have long range on my arrows yet. Now the reason for that is because these upgrades don't actually work unless you have a certain amount of life, and oh man. Come on, die, thank you! Just get to the end of this level, please. Because if I die, I gotta start all the way back at the beginning and lose all the progress I made in that level. Okay, we got a 50k upgrade, that's good. Still, it doesn't refill your life though, man. Ah, these levels. Just take in this music for a moment. Well, just so much for that. Let's try that again. So, like, when we lived in Jacksonville, eventually my dad got a job offer and we moved to Georgia. But we were pretty, like, what is the word? Devout Christians, like, where we went to church every Sunday. Well, after we moved to Georgia, that kind of didn't happen as often. We didn't go to church as often. But occasionally, you know, and it's mainly because, like, you know, we were going to go to a new church where we weren't going to know anybody there. We weren't going to know the pastor or anything. So we tried going to this one church one time, and like, I don't know why we never went back. Maybe we did, and I just don't remember. But I remember we didn't go there regularly like we used to do. So, but anyway, I'm just grinding off of the snakes here. Maybe I can tell the story while I grind on the snakes. Okay, that's what I'll do. What am I saying? So yeah, anyway, our first time at this church, the pastor, like, introduced us to the rest of the congregation, you know, so he was like, this is the Bishop family, they're new here, and he introduced us one by one, and at the time, I was sitting, like, we were sitting basically in the middle of the pew, and I was on the far right, and my dad was on the far left, and Mom and Mary were in between us. So anyway, when he introduced us to the congregation, I stood up, and Dad stood up, but Mom and Mary didn't stand up. Here's the thing, by the way. So, yeah, so me and Dad were the only ones standing up, and I felt so embarrassed, because I was like, wait a minute, aren't we supposed to all be standing up so they can introduce us? But me and Dad were the only ones standing up. So I was just standing there staring down at Mom and Mary with a smile on my face, because I didn't know what else to look at, because I was so shy. And anyway, you know, so he introduced us and all as well. But the only reason I tell that story is because I remember that, like, this is so... There's too much setup for this. When we used to go to church in Jacksonville, like, we took it seriously. We always dressed up as really nice, and the whole shirt and tie thing I did. And the shoes especially. Like, I had this fancy pair of shoes I wore. But when we went to church in Georgia, you could tell at that moment, if you had been watching us, that we didn't take it as seriously. And one of the things I remember most about that was that I wore my tennis shoes to church that day. And I was embarrassed about it, sort of, because I was thinking maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but they didn't say anything, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just wear my tennis shoes or whatever. But I still felt stupid about it after it was all said and done. And I remember, oh my god, these guys. Okay, here's the thing. Stay low. That's all I can really tell you. Because they will throw the eggplants in an arc. Now, if you get hit with the eggplant, you actually turn into one. And then you have to find a hospital to heal yourself. The hospital is somewhere in the dungeon, but you have no idea. Well, I know, but I'm not going to pester you with that right now. Just stay low. That's all I know to tell you. It's the best way to avoid him. So anyway, here I was. We were walking back out to the car. Here I was thinking about how I was wearing my tennis shoes. But also, at the same time as this was happening, I was telling Dad about Kid Icarus. Because we had rented it. One of the times that we rented it was that weekend. So, and I had just been playing this level when we had to leave for church. So when we were coming back home, I was all excited to get back to that level and play it again. And I was telling Dad about it, even though he didn't care at all. Like, no, it's because nobody does. But, you know, but then that's just how parents are, you know, they listen to you and then you might tell them a little bit here and there, but anyway. And I remember telling him about this level and saying, there's this really eerie music that plays. And every time I have ever seen the word eerie for the rest of my life, E-E-R-I-E, I think about that day and this level. And me telling Dad about, oh, this eerie music that plays with those tennis shoes on at church. And I cannot see this level or hear this music without thinking about that. So I don't. It's such a dumb story, you know, because it has no relevance to the game at all. And yet it kind of does because we were renting it that. Oh, look at those hearts. That was nice. But man, oh man. So there I was. We were parked like facing the road, but there was a row of trees in between us and the road. Jesus Christ. Speaking of church. Don't you take the Lord's name in vain in front of me, you hear me? Now you better apologize. Anyway. This eerie music that plays. I was so dumb. See, why was I thinking about what shoes I was wearing? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why is that such a vivid part of my memory of that day? Like, I guess there was a part of me that was hoping he wouldn't notice, because I thought maybe part of the reason they didn't get on to me, or part of the reason they didn't get on my case, was because they didn't notice or something. Kind of feeling like grinding a little more here. Okay, I'm back. I've just grinded up some snakes here. I think we're pretty much good now. So this is the boss, Twin Bellows. I love the boss music too. It reminds me of Metroid, actually. Metroid's boss music. So much about this game and Metroid. It's like they were two peas in a pod. You can't have one without the other. You see those guys coming in there to help, the ones that I hammered. They don't do much, but, you know, they help, I guess, a little bit. Boom, there we go. Easy schmeezy. The fight with Twin Bellows is a little bit more epic in Kid Icarus Uprising than it was in this game. But alas, there it is. I can't believe I got that stupid story told out.